Welcome to the 124th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome, returning viewers. And for those of you joining us for the first time, we're so glad you could be here. Colleen and I have a lot of little projects going on in this household, little crafting projects. But before we talk about all of our crafting projects, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
So let's talk about what May is wearing. Now she is wearing the Zuzu's Petals by Karina Spencer. And you've seen this before. Now I used Heartland, which is a Lion brand. I got it at Michael's. It's lovely yarn. It's acrylic, so you don't have to worry about wool and picky around your neck.
Yeah, it feels very soft.
Yeah.
And I wondered how this would sit when it was blocked.
Right.
And knitted up, and it sits quite nice.
So what I did to start with is I wet blocked it. I just wet it and then put it down. Now this edge rippled a little bit more than I'd like, so what I did then was I steam blocked it.
Right.
And you have to be careful that you don't smush it with steam, but just let the steam get in there.
You just scared me with your hand.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
I don't know about blocking, but I just know when you had it before the blocking, I thought, how's that going to look on there? But after the blocking, it's turned out quite nice, and it's nice and warm, and it sits nice.
I think it would be it's the kind of thing that would be nice under a coat, because it's not all the bulk of...
Right. It is warm around your neck, and it's tight around the neck. Not tight as in like tight,
but fitting.
Fitting. Yeah. Good word.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's what May is wearing, and I am wearing the Casio collar by Laura Nelkin. And I bought this as a kit, and I just wanted to mention, I'll show you how the kit comes. Now, you may be wondering, how does this fit in the tin that it comes in? Well, what happens is you get a code to go onto Ravelry, and that code will get you the pattern. Now, they are lovely kits if you've never done beadwork. And I was speaking with Penny at my exercise class, and we were talking about beads, and we were talking about shipping in Canada and expense. So here's my suggestion. If you'd like to try knitting with beads, this is a great pattern. I understand that by the time you add the shipping, it's more expensive. So if you have a couple of friends that want to try the beads and knitting, then order it at the same time. I oftentimes, if there's a sale, I'll put one thing in and see what happens, put two things in. Sometimes after two, the shipping's still the same. So if you've got two people that end up sharing the shipping,
split the shipping price.
Exactly, then it might make it a little bit more reasonable.
Are you really going to have three friends that want to do that?
You know what? You might.
I don't have three friends that would want to do that.
Okay, do you knit?
No.
There you go.
Well, maybe in the knitting community.
The knitting community, there you go.
So maybe if you're at a knitting store and you're in your little knitting class and you all sit around and you say, look, I'm going to order something from Laura Nelkin. Yeah. It costs the same for four things as it does for one. You guys want to split the shipping.
Exactly. Not a bad idea.
Good idea.
Now, you can also, if you buy the pattern itself, it tells you exactly how many beads that you need, but then you'll have to go to a bead store or go online to order the beads. So if you're just starting out, it's not bad to get a kit. I do understand there's an expense, so I don't take that lightly at all. But I like this one because you don't even know you're wearing it. And it looks nice. It's got a little bit of bling on the ears, a little bit of bling.
That being said, I know we've bought lots and lots of beads.
Yes.
Now, where have I know you've bought some on Amazon. I know we've gone to several great bead stores that carry it. Any other suggestions? Amazon, your local bead store. We have one in St. Thomas.
Right.
Do they have those beads for that? Or no?
Yes, and yes, they do.
Minimal amount in St. Thomas?
Yep. Absolutely. These actually, for the most part, are size 6, and a size 6 is something you could get at Michael's as well.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
See, I didn't know that.
So my suggestion is at Michael's, if you're getting size 6, then I would go with Toho. Is the name Toho? Yes, is the name of the beads. They're a little bit more uniform in size.
Oh, okay.
These things that just come rolling off my tongue.
Yeah, any little tip will help people that are going to be doing this.
Exactly. And there are these kind of circular beads that you can get at Michael's as well. We've got the ones that's got flowers on one side and leaves on the other.
Yeah, nice.
So it'll work as well. So that's what we're wearing, and next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is the Anguli cowl, Hilary Smith Callis.
My favorite.
It's your favorite. And then I made one for me. and I am very happy with this.
Wow, that's beautiful. Love
is.
this color.
I know.
Love this yarn.
So this is the Hoko Hoko Fiber Company. And this, as the yarn base, is called Dottie, and the color is Ocean. And it's got teals and green. It's so pretty. I think it would be nice on something black. You could wear it on something blue. It's just so
Something
nice.
white.
And I really like this edge that I did. So I did an I-cord edge on one side and then an I-cord bind off. And I think it came nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't notice this edging, but before you even said that, I thought, what a nice edging. So
Oh,
I
good.
really noticed
Okay.
it. So that's
So I
nice.
think if I'm going to make more, I probably will do this. It just finishes it off nicely.
I like it. It does look finished off professional. Yeah, well, that's great. I love that color.
I know.
I love that. I think that's my color.
I keep telling her no, it's
I
not.
might have to steal this from you.
No.
Borrow it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We can borrow it.
We can
No
borrow it.
problem. All right. So that's my first finished object. Now, my second finished object is a Hanafukin. Hanafukin? Not sure. It's Japanese. And so it's like a Japanese cloth. And what I did was do my Sashiko embroidery. And this is the hemp leaf pattern. So this came, I got it as a kit. You ended up with 3 of these in the kit. And it has all of the patterns done with, it's water soluble ink. So as soon as you wash it, it goes. And it was like a peacock blue. And when I put it in the water, all of a sudden the water was blue. I thought,
So
oh dear.
it totally disappears after
It
you fill
disappears.
the water. Wow.
Exactly. And I'll show you because I've got another one that I'm working on. It works in progress. And you'll see the color of that blue. So I am so happy how this turned out. Now, I was left with lots of ends because, there you go. You can see them. I wanted to wait until I'd washed it and let it dry before I cut these all off because the way that I've woven it in, I didn't put knots in. So there's not a single knot in this. And kasane is what it's called. When you kind of put the end of one and the beginning of the other over top of each other because the thread, that's Sashiko thread, kind of melds together. And so it's not going to come undone.
Well, it looks fantastic. I'm so
Thank you.
proud of this. And I bought something at the Goodwill store today to support you in your Sashiko project,
Yes.
however you say that.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to showing you that at the end.
Oh,
Our souvenirs,
this is
I'll show you what I
exciting.
got.
Okay.
And hopefully I can buy more of it because I want to support you in this because you like it so much.
I do.
And I love it. I think it turns out nice.
It is a little bit like cross stitching. You're doing the stitches, then all of a sudden it's something. It's the same kind of thing. But this is really relaxing, I find.
It's nice. That'd be a really nice placemat too.
It would be.
Anyway, those are great.
Thank you. So I'm
Nice.
happy with that. Mm-hmm. So I did a coaster, and now I've done a hana fukin. I'm learning a new word.
This is a whole new language. isn't it?
Exactly. Now my last finished object is exciting. So this, remember we were looking at the potato fabric
Yes.
and the Pellon stuff that you can put in the microwave. So it's called a Wrap and Zap. So this is what the front of the package will look like if you get that. And today and tomorrow, so this is going to go up a little bit later. So let's just say tomorrow, Fabricland in Ontario has everything 55% off, and you don't even have to be a member.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
it's
great.
right. So, are you ready? It looks like a little potato envelope
It does.
because that's exactly what it is.
I love the lining you've used.
Well, I wanted to choose something so I could use black thread. So it was a black fabric. It's got writing in it. It's actually in French. I haven't read it that much because it's very fine. But what happens is, so you're going to stick the baking potato in there and then you throw it in the microwave.
This is very substantial.
It is.
I would, you could put straps on that and use that as a purse.
A potato
that's
purse.
Different fabric. But really cool. You
Guess
did
what
it.
I'm making her for her birthday?
Well, no,
A potato purse.
We'll put a belt through it or something.
That's right.
Hang
No,
it
potato
for your-
pouch.
Use it for your phone and whatever. And I'm like,
Exactly.
you
could
be a
start a
pouch.
new trend.
Yeah, a potato pouch. Anyway, and you're going to do a video on how to do this. You didn't
Yes.
want me to tape you doing this because the first time you
First
did
time,
it.
no.
What was the experience like making one of these?
You know what? It was good. I found this easier to do than the bowl that I did, because the bowl has 2 layers of that batting, and it was really, really thick. This is thick,
Yes.
but I had organized things. And the other thing is the pattern itself. So if you go, it's a free pattern on Pellin's website. There's no top stitching on this part. I thought, well, that doesn't make sense. I want to have top stitching. And so I was able to figure it out.
Looks great. Now,
Thank you.
we will definitely use this. Stab the potato,
Yes, you have to.
throw it in there,
Yep.
throw it in the microwave.
Now, what it says on the Wrap and Zap itself, 2 minutes at a time.
2
It
minutes.
says don't do it more than 2 minutes. I used cotton thread. I used that batting, and then 100% cotton fabric. Everything has to be cotton to go in the microwave.
Now they're showing you here corn and sweet potatoes and everything else. Do you think they could do?
I
Sweet
bet you
potato you
could.
could do. I know
It's
for
a-
sure.
yep.
We'll try the corn. We could try that out. And,
We could.
Well, that's great.
Wrap it and zap it.
And we'll have to get you videotaping the next time you make one. Of those.
Absolutely, I will do that. I'm going to
Okay.
cut out a whole bunch, and then I'm going to get a production line going.
So you've been very busy.
Very busy.
You've been really
lots
busy.
of fun and lots
Yeah.
of varied things. I'm
Right.
still knitting. Have no fear. There's knitting going on.
Colleen goes down the basement. I never know what she's doing.
And I come up and go, oh!
And then she'll say, sorry, that machine was so loud. I never even hear it upstairs. So I didn't know what you're doing until you come up and it's like, voila.
That's right.
It's perfect.
Potato butter. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now,
right.
how about you, May?
Yes,
Finished
been very.
objects?
What's that?
Finished objects?
Oh yes, been very busy. My miniatures. We're doing a little house on the prairie
It's
for the
so
group.
cute. Oh my goodness.
It is a cute thing. I was in charge of making all those beds that I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So I have glued the beds together. I did the mattresses. I painted the beds, and then it was Colleen's job to make the bedding. So it's kind of like our complete
It is.
finished object for the two of us.
Exactly.
So here's the Oh, I guess I missed painting underneath that bed.
We won't even talk about it.
I just noticed that. Why didn't I do that?
I don't know, but we're going to take the linens off before you paint
Yes,
it.
I will.
Yeah.
But here's a little miniature bed. Now these are a little bit less than a 1/2 inch scale. Usually I work on the 1 inch scale.
Right.
So these are a little tinier and finicky to work with.
Right.
So they're a little less, but they turned out kind of cute, and it's kind of looking like the bed that you would find in Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
There were double beds. I think there was 3 beds that they had in that house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we picked a good material for those.
We did. I've
Yeah.
got one more to do. I did not get my homework done.
Yes, and we're missing this one here. But
Exactly.
Colleen is.
I was all ready. I'm getting templates. I'm going. And then all of a sudden May said, you do realize that all 3 of those beds are different sizes. I went, okay.
Yeah, they are just.
Yeah, it's a hair.
They're actually were my prototypes to start with.
Right.
So they worked out.
These 2 are pretty close.
Yeah.
This one's bigger, but these 2 are pretty close.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't paint the back of that. Now that I'm seeing this, what was I thinking?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
You were busy.
Yes, they'll work. They'll work. I like the little
Exactly.
pillows. And for me, when I do the bedding, I don't sew. I glue.
She glues
And they
fabric.
work just as well. Maybe
That's
not
right.
quite as nice as what Colleen does in her sewing, but I like how you boxed it in there. That was
Yeah.
great. So
Makes
good.
it sit nicely.
Yeah, it makes it sit really nice. So thank you for that. And then I thought, well, you can't have a bed without a little end table. So I made a little end table to go with the bed.
Very
and that
good.
will sit beside there because we have
Perfection.
miniature lamps to put
Really?
on top of this. Yes.
Oh my goodness, this group is amazing.
One of the people in our group has a 3D printer, and you could not believe what this thing does. Now, it does take some time when you get a 3D printer.
Right.
Like, it's not an instant thing.
Right.
Sometimes it takes 3 hours to do certain things.
Oh my goodness.
So she 3D printed a little stove. She
Okay.
3D printed little lamps. In our past project, she's 3D printed fish.
Right.
And all kinds of things. And she said she just loves it. So
Okay.
it seems like a finicky thing for me. Like it's kind of like the cricket,
Right.
and then some. You know, the cricket's a real learning curve to
Yes.
deal with.
Yeah.
And then this would be another learning curve, and I just don't know if I have that in me.
Well, you never know.
Laser printer, maybe.
Okay, a laser printer does paper.
Wood.
Oh, and wood.
Oh,
That's
wood.
right.
Yes,
yeah.
wood and
That
engraves.
kind of that kind of laser printer.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
big
mine's
term. I was thinking laser printer. We have one upstairs. It does black paper.
See,
No.
I think big. You
Yes,
think-
you're the big picture.
Anyway, my finished objects, Colleen. I'm really glad I have some today to show you. And thank you for helping me finish them up.
No problem at all. Next, we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is the Agent 99 cowl by Dawn Maurer.
Now, in our last podcast, I just happened to mention that I thought that'd be really cool for you to to knit this in that color, and
Yes,
next
you
thing I
did.
know,
Voila!
it's on the knitting needles. So I have to be careful what I say, but
I know.
I'm liking that.
There you go. So this is a big ball of yarn, and it's Red Heart Soft. And the nice thing about Red Heart Soft is it's got no dye lot. So it doesn't matter if I get it 3 years from now, it still will be able to go with this. And it looks really nice because it's all this texture. This pattern is great if you want to try and do some Christmas knitting. You can do it with a gradient. You can do it, remember we did it with the Hudson Bay cowl the
Right.
other time. So there's lots
So
of
is
things.
this the actual Hudson's Bay cowl then? That's just plain?
It is the same. I took the Agent 99 cowl and I did it with you with the Hudson
Oh,
Bay
okay.
colors. This actually has the texture.
Oh,
The other one I changed up with
it's
the color.
really nice.
I think it looks nice. I,
I like the texture, yeah. I like
So we're doing a lot of let's experiment and see whether we think it would sell.
selling our, if you have any ideas or if you've knit something that is a good seller, let us know. We'd love that,
Yeah,
because then you
exactly.
can knit some things that we could sell.
Exactly.
Like we talked about the last cowl you did with the buttons, it was a big seller. So if you're out there and you want to sell
Right.
some things, that would be a good one to start with, I think.
Exactly.
So if you could help us out and think
That
of
would
what
be
you think
great.
would sell, would be great. Yeah. So
All
look
right.
at that ball of yarn. I've never seen something like that. Holy
It was
moly.
huge. And the funny thing is, but not funny, for those knitters you'll understand, is I usually pull from the center. So I pulled from the center and it kind of, a whole bunch came out, and I grabbed an end, thinking I grabbed the end that was from the center, but somehow the end from the outside of the ball was the end that I grabbed. So then I had all this cloak from the center, and I was, anyway, I do prefer in a big ball like this so it doesn't go all over the place.
Yeah.
Tip though, if you're going to do this and you're going to be knitting from the outside, you can put this in a bowl and then it will roll around in the bowl.
Oh,
and it
okay.
won't go all over the place, like try to go under the couch. This definitely will not fit under a
And
couch.
our friends bought you a really nice ceramic bowl
Yeah.
for your birthday or something special.
Yeah,
Retirement, I think. Or
retirement,
something
yeah,
like that. Yeah, so that was really
absolutely.
nice. Good.
There we go.
That's nice.
So I'm
Okay,
going to
great.
hand that to you.
All
She's
right.
going, what am I going to
Give
do?
it back.
It's okay.
Okay. We've got no room here. We got so much going on.
We do. All right, so that's my first one. Now, the second thing I have is another one of those Hana Fukin. And this is the Waves pattern.
Sashiko.
Sashiko, yes.
Tashiko.
Yeah, Sashiko. Sashiko, one of those things. I've heard it a bunch of ways on YouTube. So if you can see, I'm almost done. That blue is that bright blue up there. Hopefully you can see it.
Let me see it this way.
There, you can see all the writing and stuff on the back. That is what washes out.
Wow.
And I'm amazed that it washes out. But it's really pretty. And I said to me, you know what? I could just leave that there and do it 2 colors.
No, but that's why you don't iron it previously, because that will
Right.
come off.
Exactly.
Possibly if you're steaming it anyway.
Exactly. So if you remember, I bought that little iron that, yes, you can steam with, but I have yet to put any water in because that way I can use it for this. And there's one more after this that I'll do. It's a different pattern as well. But I like this. This is the Waves pattern. Sometimes the waves have 3 things. Sometimes they overlap. Sometimes there's just one little part that comes in. But I'm really having
This
so much
is nice.
fun.
This is really nice too.
Yeah, I like it.
I like that.
So whether or not we're going to, I don't know what you
What we're gonna
did.
do.
We'll have to
Yeah.
see.
Yes.
I don't know. There's a
see.
surprise coming for me at the end of the story. So that's my second work in progress. Now, my last work in progress has been a work in progress for a while, and I'm trying. So my nephew and his wife are expecting a little baby girl. I thought what I'm doing, which is cross stitch, would be lovely to put on the wall in a baby's bedroom. And I made some other things as well. And then this was taking so long, I went, May, I'm sending the other stuff. So I put everything else in a box, sent it away, and then this I'll have to send separately. So, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's a little tricky. So it is loops and thread cross stitch kit that I got at Michael's. And don't forget, lots of coupons at Michael's. Cherry blossoms. So it is very nice, but the colors, I think what's happening is they're very similar. So you think, okay, like there's a light pink, a very light pink, a light pink, and a pink. And so it's so close, and you're thinking, I don't remember. And then there's this light mauve And it's so light, you think, did I actually put something there? So what's really nice is when you get this dark brown, you go, oh, thank goodness I can count from the dark brown. So
I've got to give you kudos to stick with something like this, because this wasn't easy. Like,
this is not an easy one.
This was a struggle.
Yeah.
And also the pattern. Is this the pattern that came in black and white?
This is the pattern. That
Oh
came
my
in black
gosh.
and
So
white.
you've got a
So
black
it's
and white
all-
pattern with
yeah.
all these different shades of pink.
Exactly.
I would have pitched this like a month ago.
Yeah, and the other thing is, as I mentioned to May, and I think I mentioned to you folks before, this is not the nicest Aida cloth in the world, to be honest with you. I will get it done. I will make it nice.
Do you not think sometimes, I know you're very good at having a project and making to the end and then
Yes.
and then talking about it. Do you not think, you know, how sometimes you just count your losses and
Yeah.
just throw it out and say, you know what, it's
No.
not something I would do it again?
No, I'm not counting my losses. There's a lot of time put in that already. So what I need to do is I need to get back to this and spend a little bit more time with it.
Yeah, I'd be counting
What I
losses.
I actually stole May's pencil crayons and I started coloring in the little squares, which helped a lot. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do this much, and I tried to do it that way, and that was helping out a
But
little
you
bit.
look at the end product, is it worth the effort when you see
You
it
know
at the
what?
end of the day?
I always like when this has a lot of top stitching, which is another thing that you have to do. And once that's done, you go, oh, okay, it's all coming together. You get to see the little cherry blossoms. There's a little bit of yellow in the center.
Does it come with the green also? Would have been nice with a wood one too.
That it does not come. Oh, it does come with a wooden hoop.
Oh, okay. Because I think the wooden hoop would look better.
Yes, and I have a dark one. I'm going to show you. It looks almost like wood
Yeah.
grain, and I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to do.
Well, good for you for sticking with it. I
All
give
right.
you kudos to you because
Exactly.
I would have been thrown
It
out
might
with
become a frisbee. Let's be honest. It might become a frisbee.
It would have been a frisbee like a month ago.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's not a frisbee. So those are my works in progress, and May.
Well, you and I both have a work in progress. Before I talk about my other works in progress, something that we can't show you, that Colleen and I are going to be progressing into possibly level 3 in our pickleball. We're moving up.
Oh, this
so
is stressful.
that's taking time. It's time consuming because
It
you've
is.
got to learn and practice, and
Yeah.
we get out there as pickleball as much as we can.
Yeah.
And we love it. Our bodies are kind of screaming at us, and so if you see us kind of like, oh, like this, it's because we played pickleball. Now, hopefully, Colleen, our work in progress is to become level 3 pickleball players.
Oh, we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, so we were in a tournament the other day, which was awesome.
So much fun.
It was so much fun. We're in level 3 tournament, and we held our own. But we want to maybe do better in the tournament the next time.
Right.
I think we won 4 games out of 7 on level 3 moving up.
Right.
And we're excited about that. And then we had a really nice lunch, and we had a good laugh afterwards. So
That's
that's
true.
what it's really all about.
Right.
But we do want to improve our game, so maybe we could be on the podium next time on the level 3.
Really? Okay. She's
No
got
pressure.
plans.
No
She's got
pressure.
plans and no pressure.
So when we're not playing pickleball and Colleen's not sewing and knitting, and when we're watching TV and we're not making miniature beds, I'm upstairs and I can actually do this miniature thing. Like I said before, my scale is usually 1 to 1 inch, which is quite large. Well, it's not large, but it is
Right.
large compared to the 1/2 inch.
Right.
And this is 1 to 60.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's tiny. So these are little. I'll give you some background. My friend is son is a Dungeons and Dragon master. And I don't really know all what that means, but she was asking if there's a tavern that you can do, and I think it's for the board game.
Okay,
So these
yes.
are little pieces. So they have to be also sturdy.
Right.
You know how some of my miniatures are kind of fragile? So I had to think about, okay, sturdiness.
Right.
And also smallness. So if the kids are playing with them on a board game.
Right.
So I've been going to YouTube and looking at different things. So I've made these little chests.
They're
There's a
very
little bit of
nice.
leather on there. It's just a piece
Right.
of wood with a popsicle stick, a little bit of leather.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
So I make those. A little fireplace for the bar.
This lady is brilliant. I'm just saying.
And I'm making the bar. It's not. It's a work in progress. It's going to be the bar.
Very nice.
Kind of a
Oh, they're
corner
gonna love
bar.
it.
And I have to paint this. If you do any kind of project, or if your kids or grandkids want to make something look like brick, you can use egg cartons for that. You cut out the egg
Wow.
cartons. You can make them nice shapes, and
Oh, 'cause
and
of
then
the
you
texture.
just the texture. Then you just paint. with
Fantastic.
it. And that's what the little fireplace was made of.
Very
Egg cartons.
nice.
Same with the door. I'm going to do the door with egg carton around here. Door handle I have to put on there.
Wow. You
I've
have
got
such patience.
I've got some little tables and chairs. Again, I made them different before, but I've made them a little sturdier because it is a board game. Kids are going to
Right,
be using it and
right,
they want it to be rough with
exactly.
it. So I tried to make them I originally made it with a hole in the side and tried to make it like you
Right.
would normally make
Right.
it, but it was too fragile.
Right.
So this is a little bit more
Well, that's a
solid.
great idea.
Yep. So they're going to end up looking, there's the one I made with the hole in there. They're going to end up looking like this.
Very nice.
And to make it look like metal, I take a strip of, say, a cereal box.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I take a strip of a cereal box. I put glue dots on it.
I was going to ask you how you make the dots.
Yes. And then once the glue's hardened, I paint over with silver.
Okay.
And that's how you end up with,
Wow.
the,
I'm going to make myself some earrings with that stuff.
yeah, you could.
I could. That totally looks
Yeah.
like metal.
So that's
Wait
my
till
work
you
in
see next
progress.
time.
That's my works in progress, and I'm
great.
hoping to get the little bar all put together. It is finicky and tiny, but I'm enjoying the process, and it's fun. And I was actually started doing this project way before we started selling soap, and I kind of
Right.
put it to the wayside because it wasn't really an emergency to get
right.
it done. And now that I've got more time, I'm looking forward to getting back into
Oh,
to
that's
finishing
good.
it up
I know
for
you were
them.
enjoying it a whole lot.
Yeah, so that's it.
All right. So next we're going to talk about our adventure.
Well, although the weather has been amazing, it's been like spring-like weather. Colleen and I weren't planning for that because who knew it was going to be like spring
I
in
know.
the middle of winter.
It's changed
So,
about 20 degrees. Like it was minus 20, and today it's positive 3.
I know.
Crazy.
It's like spring. I was sweating today in my winter coat. But I think it's going to get cold again.
That's what they
So
say.
we haven't been adventuring too far, but
No.
I was able to get out today, actually, just today, to do a little bit of adventure. As you know, I have my little booth that I go out to secondhand stores and I buy things, and then what I do is I resell them at a higher price. Now, today they had a 30% off.
Oh,
time.
it was a deal.
Yes, and sometimes I get good deals, sometimes I don't.
Right.
Sometimes I don't come home with things, sometimes I don't. Now today was okay. It was not a bad day, but we'll start with showing you what I got at my little thing.
Okay.
I got this Hallmark keepsake, little Santa. Now
With the Canada flag. Oh my goodness.
Now I believe with this being 30% off, it was less than $2.
Okay.
And on eBay, I think they're like $40 or something.
All
like
right.
that. It's-
Well, you got to flip it around so they can see Santa with
Oh, okay.
the...
Sorry, I thought you could see that on the back.
No, no, no.
It is a little Santa. I'll take it out of the box.
Okay.
And it's out of Canada.
Oh, look, it's so cute.
Yes.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
goodness, I love that.
So I had no idea because I've kind of gone over my data on my phone. So I didn't have my data. But usually I check my phone when I'm out
Yeah.
and about, and I check to see how much data or how much things would be.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I thought, I know this guy's going to be worth more than $2. or
Right,
whatever it is.
right.
And I'll probably make, 3 or 4 times my money on this man.
Very nice.
So that was
very
another
nice. I
thing.
like that one.
These are cute little pair of ice skates.
Oh,
Everybody always
nice.
loves ice skates.
That's right.
Those would be great for next year.
Yeah.
I think they'll.
My kids always had skates once a year because they did a skating afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
In their elementary school all the time. But every year they were a different size. So we had to take those back, get another pair.
For one time a year.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Well, I remember having skate days at the school when I was an educational assistant, and we would try to get skates for all the kids. You know how hard that is?
Yes.
And, most kids would have skates, but then there'd be like 10 that didn't. So then you were trying to, you'd put
see what
out
you could do.
to other parents, you'd say, do you have other skates? And you'd go to different
Right,
places to
right.
get skates. Because you didn't want that one child didn't have
No,
skates.
exactly.
Anyway, so these would be cute for
Very
a treat.
nice,
So I got
yeah.
that one on my travels. And I got this dog. I can't remember what kind of dog that
Schnauzer.
is. Schnauzer?
I
Lovely
believe
schnauzer.
it's a schnauzer.
I find that when I get, Dalton dogs or any kind of dog or any kind of animal, they sell really well.
Right, right.
I guess I'm not paying any more than $2 or $3 for these things.
Oh, that's
So that was
fantastic.
good. Goodbye.
Good job. Okay.
Now, we have a friend that has a cello. Is it a cello?
I think it's a cello.
A cello. And her daughter has a cello. And she's a kind of established celloist.
Yes.
The university actually lends her a cello that's worth over $1 million.
I can't
So it's
even
actually
imagine.
insured for over $1 million. I believe when they go on a plane, the cello gets its own seat.
I would think so for $1 million.
Yes. So she travels around with this cello, and she's a brilliant cellist.
Oh, wow.
And so I saw this, and I thought, wow, that'd be cute for me to give that to her, to give that to her daughter, just for
Exactly.
fun.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, less than $2.
Good job.
How cool is that? So I also find that when I shop for secondhand things, Disney items sell
Right,
all the time.
right,
No matter
yes.
what it is, if it's Disney, it
Yeah.
will sell. And so here was this little thing in the box. Now this was like $10. This is more than I like to pay
Right.
for anything, but it's still in the box. It's like brand new, and I took it
right.
out and saw it. And it's this Sleeping Beauty.
Oh my
And
gosh.
again, I didn't have my
So
phone
good.
and my data, and so this was like $10, like I said, but there was 30% off. So
Oh, wow, that's a
you
good
can
deal.
do the math, Miss
Yes,
Math
I can.
teacher.
Yep.
And so anyway, it wasn't that much, but came home, went online, and it's worth $80 or something.
Oh
like that.
my goodness, you did well.
Yes, so I'll
Very nice.
see if I can
and
sell
it's a
that one.
music box, right? It's a
And it's
it plays
music box, yep. It plays. I wonder where it plays.
Let's find out.
Blue Danube Waltz.
Danube.
Danube. There we go. Very nice.
Did
Now
you know I
get
had to play the Blue Danube when I did a piano recital one time?
No.
And I had a blue dress. I just remember I was teeny tiny.
Oh, the blue dress playing that?
Blue
Oh,
Danube.
That's cute. Wish we had video of that. That
Oh,
would
no,
be
you
cute.
don't.
And then for Colleen, because I want to support you in your Sashiko. I don't know. Every time
Sashiko.
I say Sashiko.
Yeah.
I wanted to support you in that. I picked up a nice IKEA frame
Oh,
for like
wow,
$1.50 or something.
Oh
like that.
my goodness, that's amazing.
So I'm going to clean it all up, tie it
Okay.
all up, and maybe not the ones that you've made, but maybe when you do a blue one,
Blue
would
one?
fit nice in there.
Exactly.
And we could frame it on the wall. I think that'd be really
Oh,
cool.
that would be fantastic. Because I think the blue with the white thread is more traditional.
Right.
And I'm going to try and design something myself.
Yeah,
I'm going
so-
to go with some of their patterns, but I'm going to do that as well.
So I think that'll be nice once we get it all in the frame and get it done up.
Thank
So,
you
yeah.
so much for thinking of
You're
me. I
welcome.
appreciate
Well,
it.
it's a little bit of support on how to do that.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, so that's been my fun for today, and I might go out, after we do the podcast, I might go out and do some more research and some searching for
You're
things.
very good at your job, that's for sure. That's our adventure, and next we're going to talk about souvenirs. Well, May, while you were shopping today, so was I. Because, I'll explain. What I did was sometimes when you see things online, you go, oh my goodness. So, I had...
Oh my goodness, a good thing?
It's a good thing. I had seen this pouch. It's called a round wing zipper pouch. And I decided, instead of trying to create the template myself, that I would buy the template. So there's two different parts. I'm still going to have to work out a little bit to do something. So I bought this to do. Well, guess what? Then I'm really looking forward to this. I actually have it in 3 different sizes. It could be like a coin purse. It could be like a notions pouch. It gets to be a bit bigger, so it could be one of your little purses, your
little
pouches.
pouch purse, yes.
Your little pouch purse. So I'm really looking forward to trying that. So it's going to
Wow.
be a new sewing thing. It has a snap on it. It should be good. Now I did then, because guess what? It has a zipper, and it's something like 5 3/4, which you don't buy a zipper that's 5 3/4. So I thought I'll go to Fabricland, because today and tomorrow Fabricland had everything 55% off, even if you weren't a member.
Now, I saw Colleen the other day, speaking of templates and what you've done here,
Mm-hmm.
Colleen has a brilliant idea. You go to the dollar store, you buy the placemat, and
Yep.
you cut out your pattern.
Yes.
And then you have your patterns always, and it works
Exactly.
out great. And you did that for the miniature beds. I saw you cutting out patterns.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
this kind of reminded me
Yeah.
of it, but they're not as
You
nice.
can get cutting boards as well that are clear, that are easy to trace. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, so good idea.
All right. So what I went to Fabricland to get was zippers. So I was looking, now I got 7-inch zippers because the things are really small, so that's good. Now, these are regularly $2.40. They would have been 55% off. So like $1, $1.10. And then Lori, hello Lori from Fabricland, thank you so much. She says, you know, if you're just looking for basic colors, we have these other zippers, and they're nice zippers. And these were 40 cents a piece.
Wow.
Now, these weren't on sale because they're such a special deal. And I went, okay, then I will get some more. So
Because it says here $2.40. But
for that one.
Oh, okay.
And so I was getting 55% off. So you can see that that is not a regular everyday color.
Oh,
so
I see.
So what I did was I got some like this. I got some navy and brown and white. But then from the ones that were a little bit more expensive, I got some of the other colors.
So this is not all your souvenirs, is what you're telling me. You've bought way more than what you're showing us.
I did not just
Are you
buy 3
trying-
zippers.
No.
No, not just 3 zippers.
So really, this is not a true souvenir then.
Well,
Are
it
you
is a
hiding
souvenir.
this from me?
No, I'm not hiding it from you.
You wouldn't have to, but
I just thought, why would I bring out 20 of them?
well, you bought 20.
Well, there might be more than 20. These had to be multiples of 3.
Yeah, well,
But
that's good though. That's a good
it's a
price.
good deal.
How can you pass that up though?
40 cents for a zipper, I know.
20 cents a zipper, yeah. And it
Exactly.
feels just the same as the $2.40.
I know.
Nice.
I know. And Lori had said that she's worked with the other the ones that are less
Right.
expensive. And she said they were great.
Yes.
Thank you, Lori, very much. Appreciate that. Now, the other thing that I did was I ordered this from, no, this is from Etsy. And this came with some tracing pens and a few other things. But these are templates because some of the Sashiko, you need a grid. So this is great because the grid can be small or you can make it big, just do every other one, and then you flip it the other way, and so you actually get a grid and you can make X's. There's lots of pretty things. This one will do that wave that you saw in my works in progress, so that will do that as well, and fantastic. So I'm so excited. So when you were saying about for that frame,
Right.
I'm probably going to try and use this and see what I
Right.
can do.
Now, you had a film on this.
And I struggled
Struggled.
And then I said, May, please, your fingernails are stronger than mine. Can you help me with this?
So Colleen left. I don't know where you went.
Yeah.
And then I just soaked them, and then I used Goo Gone,
Right.
and then I used a scraper, and it just came off like butter.
I know.
So there
That's
you go.
brilliant.
You should have asked me before you struggled for.
I know. My
for
poor
a few
fingernails are
hours.
just a mess, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway.
So
there's that.
those are my souvenirs. And May, any other souvenirs?
Just what I bought at my adventure, my day out today. But
Okay.
other than that, no, it's been great.
Good. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up.
Ring
Comment
that
down
bell.
below. That is.
Comment down below. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell for notifications because then it'll let you know when the next episode's up.
That's right. Oh, yes, and there's one other thing I want to mention before we sign off here.
Okay.
My mom asked if you were still going to be working on the video for
Basic crochet.
basic crocheting, and so that's kind of a work in progress. And
Yes.
also, I have a few works in progress, a few videos. Somebody had asked me about my bed making,
Right.
my miniature beds. I'm going to work on a video for that. So we have
And
some
we've
things
got a
coming.
blocking video that we're working on.
Yes, so we are.
We're just there.
So you might want to ring that bell to get all these videos coming up. That was a good segue, wasn't it?
You did really well.
I like that.
And please subscribe if you haven't already done so, because we really enjoy doing this for you. So until next time.